everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. Also, if you hit the description, you'll see there's a Patreon link. If you click it, you become a member. Recommend movies and music and trailers for me to react to. Now, with that being said, today we are here with a little bit of horror news. You know, that is my favorite genre, and I have a hit list of things that I want to get through. I might kind of go ahead and float through them kind of quickly and naturally because there ain't much information about them, but me, I'm just excited to talk about it. So let's get it in. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to hit you guys with some horror trailer reactions to some things that some trailers that were barely released for some things that we may have never even heard of. So stay tuned to the end and watch those horror reactions with me. So let's get into it. First and foremost, Victor Salva, which is the original director of the Jeepers Creepers franchise, the pedo, the one that nobody wanted involved with it. According to the new director, the finished one, he said that he is absolutely in no part involved with this movie and he will not reap any benefits from it. That means financially. That means that he is not going to be a part of this movie at all, and he will not get any sort of financial compensation for the use of this character, but this comes with a cost. So this is what he said on Twitter on I think the 24th of February, the director, Timo, of the new Jeepers Creepers Reborn movie. He says, Victor Salva is in no way associated with this production and not benefiting from it in any way. The Creeper and the script are completely new creations. Now, this comes with a little bit of I have a little bit of interesting input to put on that. This makes me feel that, one, I already knew that the script was going to be different. So they might be scrapping the 24 years idea that we originally know with the Creeper. Also, they might be going in a new direction of the Creeper's design. They might not use that design anymore, and it might be something completely different. This might be a whole new Creeper. It might be something that we've never seen before, in order to stray away from Victor Salva and get away from him getting any sort of financial compensation for it. They might be straying away from the Creeper's design or things that are attributes to that character so that they will not financially benefit this pedo, which I completely understand. I personally think that some studios or some people should try to buy him out of the character's rights. I think it'll be the smart thing to do because he knows that this character is not going to go anywhere in his possession. He might as well just get some sort of monetary compensation for it. So this makes me feel that this character is going to be all original, and we can rest assured now that I assume that Victor is not going to get any sort of financial compensation for this character and this film. So we can safely watch this movie without any doubt in our mind. I feel like this was really important to touch on because I know that a lot of people, including myself, were worried that he was going to benefit from this. So I guess that because he's not benefiting from this, we could be a little bit, we could sleep a little bit easier at night. Now, with that being said, the same team that's behind Jeepers Creepers Reborn is also being geared up and developing Silent Night, Deadly Night, a remake. So we have a remake to this movie already called Silent Night. Me personally, I have not watched it all. I've watched maybe like 20 minutes of it. I never really got into the remake of it, but let's see where they go with this. I'm kind of happy to see that this is one of those franchises that I believe can be taken to that next level. Of course, Silent Night, Deadly Night is a classic, but it is not familiar with audiences. So this is a movie that they can remake and they can tweak and they can play around with a little bit. And I feel like it's one of those movies, hopefully, that they can play around with a little bit and people won't be upset because it's not a freaking carbon copy of the original. A lot of people want that carbon copy of the original, but me personally, I would like to see this team, Timo and his team, take this franchise and give their own twist to it. I think that'll be cool. I think it'll be original. Let's see what happens next. Now, going down my hit list. Also, I recently read an article that talks about the director, the original director from My Bloody Valentine wants to make a sequel. And I think he wanted to call it either the Return of the Miner or the Valentine Wakes. He wants to do this. Apparently he's working on some project as we speak, but he always wanted to revisit that franchise and give it a sequel. I can see that honestly being done. I can see My Bloody Valentine because it's such the uniqueness of the character. I can definitely seeing modern audiences really grasping onto the character, and he won't just be just a cult classic character that everybody loves, especially with the reception that NECA had for the figure that they released around Valentine's Day. They got a huge reception from it, and I believe the figure is almost sold out. So if you have not got one already, I think they still have some available with the bundles, and the bundle comes with the poster and a steelbook 4K remastering of the film. So if I were you guys, I jump on it because these NECA figures that are exclusive with Shout Factory / Scream Factory, they end up reselling for high as shit. So Angela, I really want Angela, but Angela sells for way too much. I'm not going to pay $400 to $500 for a figure. I just can't see myself doing that. But I think it'll be really interesting if he gets to touch on his franchise, and especially coming from the original director and writer of the film. I think that's really cool. I think he should. I think they should give it to him. I think it'll be really cool. Hell, even a TV series visiting the minor would be pretty dope, because we had they mentioned Maniac Cop, they mentioned Hellraiser, they mentioned Chucky, and all. Ju-on got a series. So I mean, all these horror franchises are getting Clarice. They're all getting series. So you might. This is another franchise that not that many people know about, that you can give a series to, and breathe a little bit of life back into it, and then hopefully that will get people's attention and juices flowing, so that they will actually be all in for a sequel. That's what I think. So, but me personally, if he's going to go a sequel route, he's not going to get a big budget. He's going to have to go the Shutter route or one of these smaller studios to try to help get his film produced. That's just me. I would go to Shutter. Don't go to like I wouldn't go to a Full Moon or anything like that. I would try to aim for Shutter. Or Bloody Disgusting. That's another good one. All right. So, moving on, we have some collector images. Now, above you will be a few images that they released from the production set of the collector. And what we see in these images above, we see that one, the collector seems to be inside of a police station. It looks as if he took a police station hostage, and it is becoming his playground. I have been waiting for this movie for a very, very long time. We finally get our third part to this trilogy, and it is called The Collected, if you have not heard. In one of the images, he is in the police station. He looks like he's butchering somebody with a long knife, one of the police officers with a knife. We also have some prison shot images, an image of some lady, look like she's whispering something in her ear and telling her something that nice that she likes to hear. Also, we have some more cops, and then we also have the cool picture of the mask inside of a case, and he looks like he's about to take it out and get ready for some playtime. And then we also have this really dope image of the collector sitting on top of a box, or what is this? What is he on top of? He is on top of a desk with a rope, and he looks very, very it looks funny, dude. He looks like a cat taking a piss. But the Collector is a very cool franchise, and the Collected, I am super hyped for it. I feel like this series is so underrated, so underappreciated, and we don't get it doesn't get enough love. The Collector's franchise is dope. Moving on, Pet Cemetery prequel. Just touching briefly on this. The next couple of ones are just brief touches. The Pet Cemetery prequel sounds like a very interesting idea if it's done correctly. Me personally, I didn't like the Pet Cemetery reboot that they did. I was not a fan of it. So, I mean, I can see this. The prequel route is a really good way to go, because that way you won't butcher an original story. If you tell the story and people don't like it the way that you told it, you're probably going to get about a fan base. They're going to be coming for your head. But if you go the prequel route, it might be accepted, it might be liked, and there's a lot of lore. It smells like cookies outside. There's a lot of lore that goes along with this franchise, so hopefully they can touch on it and turn over some rocks and tell a really good story. That's all you really can do with something like this. I hope that they just tell a really good story. That's really all I hope for with this film. Also, Paranormal Activity is getting a reboot. Me personally, I don't care about the Paranormal Activity franchise. I don't really see what its allure has been. I don't see what its grasp has been. I don't even understand how it's produced so many damn sequels. But this franchise has a huge fan base. And personally, I don't think it should have been rebooted. They possibly could have just did another sequel, and it would have been the same. Like, I mean, I don't really see why they would have to reboot a found footage type film. You could just make a new one. That's just my opinion. But I mean, unless there's more of a story to this franchise, you guys can cue me in the comment section down below. I'm not much of a person that knows much about this franchise, so if there's something I'm missing here, go ahead and cue me in because I don't know. But the reboot's coming, just to let you know. The Cube, also a 90s, I believe a 90s cult classic horror film. The Cube is also getting a remake, but it's in Japan. So the Japanese said they have decided to take an American film and make it on their own. So they have released The Cube, or they're going to release The Cube, and they're going to put their own spin on it. Honestly, I have kind of high hopes for it because the Japanese do a really good job in horror. So I'm looking forward to this remake or this reboot or whatever. I kind of want to see it. There is a trailer available that I will not be reacting to, but if you guys want to check it out, it is on YouTube. You can definitely check out the trailer for this. Now, moving on, the Forever Purge. They have finally released plot details about this film. So, the Forever Purge has the Forever Purge. This movie takes place after the events of election year and will focus on Adela and Juan, who find solace in a Texas ranch. After fleeing a drug cartel in Mexico, things go awry when a group of outsiders decide to keep purging beyond the allotted time when the people can break any and all laws. So basically, it's just people that say that, screw this, I'm not done purging, I want to continue the purge, and then that's what they're going to do. So, I mean, it doesn't really sound like a most grand of idea, but me personally, I felt like the Purge series took a slight fall after part two. Part two, it really kind of dipped off after that. And honestly, the series hasn't bounced back since. I'm not very familiar with the TV series. If you guys are and you feel like it's something I should watch, go ahead and recommend it for me because I don't know. Like, I think I watched a little bit of it and I just couldn't get into it, but it might be one of them things because I caught it in the middle or something like that. So I didn't really get to watch the whole show. It was more so along the lines of like, I caught a tidbit and I was just like, whatever, like this ain't really catching me. And I just moved on. So if it's something that I should check out, please let me know. But according to this synopsis, it doesn't really sound like they're reinventing the wheel. It doesn't sound like it's something very creative. It sounds very basic. And honestly, I don't have high expectations for this film at all. So the Forever Purge, I'm not really like too enthusiastic about it. So I have 3 trailers that I am going to react to of 3 different horror movies that they seem pretty darn interesting. And I feel like it'll be fun to react to. So these might be some things that you may or may have not heard of. So let's go ahead and get this going. Go ahead and tell me if you guys have seen this. This one is called The Toll. All right. So this trailer is called The Toll. Tell me if you guys have seen this or have not seen this. Let me make sure that I unmute my YouTube so that you can hear it. The Toll, official trailer of 2021. Let's get it.
Hey, for Cammy?
Yeah.
Great.
All right, you getting an Uber.
Wow, looks like we're going far.
Yeah, that's okay, right?
Absolutely.
Huh. Bro, seems suspicious as hell already.
That's weird.
What?
GPS is gone.
I don't know. It was like my phone just had like an aneurysm or something.
Oh, watch out! Oh my God, what was that? Did you hit someone?
There's no one here.
Or is it? Damn, they move quick.
Someone's coming.
You don't believe me now, but you will. You're someplace else. You're in his place.
Whose place?
Can see you.
The Toll Man.
That name is so stupid, but okay.
He's not like you and me. He's not a man at all. But he has his ways of getting what he wants.
And what does he want?
You're stuck on his road until he gets his toll.
Till he gets his toll.
What does he want?
Death.
All right. I mean, that didn't look too bad, dude, like at all. Thoughts? Honestly, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I think the idea of the toll man sounds very corny, but that's just me. But it could be worse. It seems like it's pretty interesting, like a very B type horror movie. It kind of reminds me of like, you know, like the Wrong Turn genre, like where it's like not really like mainstream, not really B type. It's very, very one of them under the radar movies. But I mean, so was Hellfest, which I loved, and also so was Wish Upon, which I loved, also which was Haunt, which I love. So I mean, I'm gonna give this a shot because then honestly, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. I think the idea of the toll man is kind of corny as shit, but we shall see how this goes on, right? We're gonna see. We'll see. Let's move on to the next one. All right, this one is called Stay Out. Oh, Stay Out of the Attic. Oh shit. Blown. Let's see. A Shutter original.
Good morning.
What I
We're
was just saying
at the
about
cell
Shutter.
touch room. This place is huge, bro.
That is 4 times your rate. It is imperative that the move happen tonight. The basement and the attic are not your concern.
This shit is creepy.
Yo, boss, come here, man.
What you find?
Holocaust experiments.
Okay. He's like, motherfucker, I told you to stay out. Ooh. This is like some people under the stairs shit. Okay.
That's the angel of death, motherfucker!
Usually, I am much more professional.
That was corny. That into the dead motherfucker. That shit was corny. Come on, bro. Okay, look. As far as the whole experiments and things like that, that's pretty cool. I like that idea. The whole my boy dressing in a freaking SS uniform and shit. I don't know. Then you got the black lead or the final girl vibe going on. I don't know. I don't like it. I mean, it has a really good idea, but hopefully that they can deliver. But I feel like it's going to be very cringy to watch. I'm not really expecting much from this. Held. All right, so look, this was one of the first images, like the thumbnail that I saw, and I was like, yo, this shit look kind of crazy. So I just held on to it, was like, I'm gonna react to it with you guys. So so far the Toll Man sounds interesting. The Don't Go in the Attic sounds mediocre. Like, yeah, it's like whatever. I'm not probably gonna like break my neck to go watch that. But let's see what Held is. These are all 2021 movies, by the way.
What brings you out this way?
Just a weekend trip.
By yourself?
My husband's coming tomorrow.
This weekend's important to me.
Me too.
Uh-oh.
Henry, I wasn't wearing this when I went to bed.
Ah.
What's your phone?
Movies?
It was here.
I have it to hold for now and always. Happy anniversary, Mr. and Mrs. Barrett.
You will not leave the house again. Mr. Barrett, Mrs. Barrett, you must obey.
Yeah, the wedding song.
We know everything you did.
Make no mistake, marriage is hard work. What if I told
What?
you
Why does
there
he
was a
look
way
like that? My
to
man
get
looks
that
like
spark
the
back?
Michael Jackson statue.
There is a way.
Oh, dude, that would have been funny if it would have said instead of help. Hilarious. All right, so Held, that movie looks okay. It looks kind of cool. I like it. I mean, I'm not really digging the design of the I'm not digging the design of the main character. I mean, it might grow on me though. It's a very unique design, but it looks like it reminds me of a statue. Like, have you ever went to like those live performances and then like the people are just standing there posing like in a statue and then they move slightly? Yeah, it reminds me of that. It seems like a cool idea. I want to see where they're going with it. I wonder why I want to know why he captured them. So I kind of want to see this. You know what? I'm interested. I'm in. You got me. I want to see this. I want to see what that's about. So you tell me, have you guys seen any of those trailers? I hope you guys enjoyed all the horror news. Let me know in the comment section down below. This has been Horror News Exclusives, man. And this is Dave from the 80s, and you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Adios, and have a great day. Deuces.